All right. I think we're live.
We are live. That's not supposed to be there. Oh, it's because I hit the wrong. That's fine. There we go. Now we're live. Of course, I immediately mess it up.
All good.
Oh,
First time.
oh. Well, here we go then. Hello, and welcome to our podcast, Maiden, Voyage.
I am Jake.
I'm Chris.
And yeah, we don't know what we're doing either. So, with that, let's jump in. Chris, please tell myself and our audience about yourself.
Okay, sure thing. Hi. Again, for the third time, I am Chris. I am here on Twitch for the most part to do creative stuff. I write, I do art, um, that sort of thing. And I've got a wife, I've got a son, I've got a life. I like music. We were in a band together. I don't know. That's about all you need to know, right? How about you, Jake? Tell us about yourself.
Sure. Uh, I will add to your little segment. Chris also plays video games with me when I make him. So he does stream some video games on occasion. So, yes, again, I am Jake. I am on Twitch for a variety of reasons. Similar to Chris, I'm here for primarily creative reasons, even though I haven't shown any of those creative sides on Twitch yet.
It'll come.
Yes, I am a passionate drummer, audiovisual engineer, musician, all of the above. Long time friend with Chris, family member, and I also enjoy video games. And I've been a huge fan of Twitch. I've been watching Twitch for years, a variety of different streamers.
I'm a lot newer to the scene.
Yeah, that's fine. And so I'm just super excited. I think Chris and I have talked about doing a podcast for 10 years or something. So we're finally making the jump. I'm also in Texas, if anyone cares. So it's a bazillion degrees right now.
I'm in the heart of it all, Ohio.
OH.
I-O.
There you go. That's right.
It's not a bazillion degrees, but I'm still sweating.
Well, it might not be a bazillion degrees, but that humidity percentage is probably like 85, 90. So
It's, yeah, just about. So, all right, we're going to just jump right into it here. With our first segment of the evening, we're going to be doing some internet quizzes. Classy and clever. Figured it would be a good way to let you get to know us. A very accurate and detailed and descriptive way to let you get to know us. Right?
yes. And so everyone knows, we're going to do a couple different quizzes.
Yeah.
Chris is going to ask me a quiz, then I'm going to ask him a quiz, and then depending on time frame for this segment, we may do one together.
So we're going to start here. Jacob, if you don't mind answering some questions, I'm going to hit you with the what flavor of Mountain Dew are you quiz.
Can I answer
Because
this before I take the quiz and then see if that matches the...
you can.
Okay, so believe it or not, currently I am drinking Mountain Dew.
I believe it.
Do you want to take a guess at the flavor? It is not a mainstream one.
Ooh, is it that new shark something flavor?
No, but good guess.
Okay.
Any other?
No, I give up.
Okay,
What
I
you
am currently drinking the Game Fuel line, which I've historically hated. I do not like, but there's a relatively new flavor called Charged Raspberry Lemonade with 0 calories. So that's
Sounds cool.
currently what is in my cup.
All right. Well, if we don't get that one, then this quiz is a bunch of baloney.
Yes.
And it is not as prescient as it pretends to be. So, Jake, Mountain Dew spent years advertising itself as a drink for extreme thirsts. How extreme is your thirst? Is it 4-alarm extreme? Are you the inventor of extreme? Are you mysteriously extreme? Are you kind of extreme, but not crazy?
I'm going to go with, I think it was the fourth option. I'm kind of extreme, but not crazy extreme. Because
Sure.
I'm not a really extreme person in general, I don't think.
Yeah.
Final answer.
All right, final answer. Next question. Name the best citrus fruit of all citrus fruits that is neither a lemon nor a lime.
Oh,
You've got yuzu, orange, Buddha's hand, and grapefruit.
orange.
Orange.
Got to be orange.
I would agree. Which Guardian of the Galaxy was the best? Yes, this is a Mountain Dew question. Is it Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, Groot, or Gamora?
Oh, hands down. Not even close. Vin Diesel, Groot, all the way.
There you go. I'm glad you answered the correct answer. I might have to end this early.
Yes.
Pick the best extreme sport that takes place on the water, sir. Would that be wakeboarding, surfing, cave diving, or whitewater rafting?
The best extreme.
Best extreme sport, none of those casual sports.
Can you hit me with them one more time?
Yes, wakeboarding, surfing, cave diving, or whitewater rafting. I would argue cave diving doesn't take place on the water.
I was gonna say it's like wet. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I don't think I've done any of those. The closest I've done is water skiing and tubing, but I think the one that at least seems the most extreme to me from videos I've seen is the whitewater rafting, because that can get some pretty intense stuff. Like you see those videos, those guys doing like 15-foot drops and stuff.
It's true. It's true, and it's the only one where they make you wear all that safety gear. I guess I don't know what's involved in cave diving.
Maybe that should be a future podcast, whitewater rafting podcast, or at least live stream.
Talk about it while we do it. Yeah.
It's just gonna be me screaming.
Tell me, what is the best food to eat alongside a frosty cold Mountain Dew? Is it a thick, juicy steak, tacos, some delicious chocolate, or fruit salad?
No question. Taco.
Yeah.
How can anyone... There's something about hot sauces or spicy foods that go with the Mountain Dew flavor. So, and I mean all the Mountain Dew flavors. There's a special magical combination there.
It's true. You need the heat to cut through the sugar, right?
Yep. Even the zero sugar ones, though. There's something about it. The fake sugar. The cancer-giving sugar.
Speaking of mountains, and this is not my witty commentary, this is the quiz. It's well written. Speaking of mountains, if you were going to climb a mountain, which one would it be? Mount Fuji, Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro, or Mount Hood?
Which one is least deadly? I'm just not super familiar with mountains, and
I'm not familiar with Hood, but of the other three,
I'm gonna go with Fiji just because of the bottled water. And Everest sounds cool, but you always hear about people dying there, and I have asthma, so I'd probably die trying to make it up or down.
Fair point. Fair point. Not for those with breathing issues. Dew is just condensation, but precipitation is where the action is. What is your favorite kind of precipitation? Snow, rain, hail, or sleet?
Oh, it's such an open-ended question, right? I have some very strong opinions about certain ones of those. To be blunt, it's definitely between snow and rain. Having grown up in Ohio, I hated the cold, but I liked the snow because it makes everything beautiful. Makes snowballs. You can go sledding.
Mm-hmm. That's fair, right up until you're an adult and have to drive in it and shovel it and suffer from it.
And ultimately, I think that's why I'm going to go with rain. Number one factor for rain is no matter where I've been in the U.S., when it rains, it just smells fresh. And me being all fragrant, I like good smells. So definitely going to go with rain then.
You know what? I'm on the same page. Oh, yeah. All right. If you were mixing your dew, what would be the base? Ice cream float, sparkling water for a spritzer, anything stiff, or flat water to dilute it just a little bit.
Okay, so there's only one correct answer here, and it's not listed. The correct answer is chocolate whey protein, because I used to do that in college. Chocolate whey protein with regular Mountain Dew is like the ultimate power drink before you exercise.
I remember that.
And it tastes like a root beer float. So
I'm sure it doesn't.
it definitely. I don't know if Drew or Jason were here, some friends of mine. I think they would back me up on that one, because
Probably.
unanimous root beer float feelings.
I'd have to try it before I knock it, I suppose.
Honestly, I don't dilute Mountain Dew, so I guess ice cream float. I'm trying to think in what world, what flavor of ice cream would go with Mountain Dew, and I really don't know. But I would try that before I would do.
You know what? I bet a live wire or a code red would make a good flow. Through cherry,
Yeah,
orange.
yeah.
Creamsicle flow? Do a live wire, yeah.
We did
Ice cream
discuss
flow?
orange. I feel like orange could go with like any ice cream almost. Chocolate orange.
Yeah. Sound off in the comments if you agree.
Yeah, agreed.
What is the best kind of hairdo? It's still related. Okay. What's the best kind of hairdo? A beehive? A mohawk? Shaved? Or a pixie cut?
Chris, it's got to be shaved.
Thank you.
No question.
It better be.
There are too many famous action heroes, including yourself, that are shaved. It's
That's right.
I know a lot of men are sensitive about being shaved head because they're thinning hair or whatever. It's a sign of manlyhood. I'm blessed to still have my hair, but what man doesn't look more manly with a shaved head?
I mean, the ones that still are blessed to have their hair, but, you know. All right.
Okay.
If someone is having a big to-do of a party and wants you to bring a dish, what will you bring? Chili, potato salad, jerk chicken, or veggies and dip?
To do party? Like
A big to-do, just a big old celebration.
chili, what were the other ones?
Potato salad, jerk chicken, or veggies and dip.
I haven't made jerk chicken before, which is weird because I like to cook a lot, but I would probably pick jerk chicken.
I'm just thinking the same thing. Never made it, but love the stuff.
I feel like chili, you're either going to offend half the people or they're going to love it, depending on if you put beans or not in it. Nobody wants veggies and dip unless it's like queso. And potato salad can be lights out, but I feel like jerk chicken would be a better option. I guess it depends on if they need entrees or appetizers. But I'll still go with jerk chicken.
Do jerk chicken either way. You're that guy.
Yes,
Right.
because I'm a jerk.
There's a bomb on a bus, Jake. If the bus drops below 50, the bomb will explode. What do? Do you call Keanu Reeves for help? Do you watch Speed on your phone? Do you see if the bus can go over 100? Or why are you on a bus?
Uh, hmm.
I've ridden a public bus once in my whole life, so personally,
I
I
wasn't.
think I'd be questioning what I was doing there.
Is it a public bus or a school bus?
I think I'd be more concerned if you were on a school bus, Jake.
That's true, but it doesn't imply my age. I guess it probably because it said. What does it say? There's a bomb on a bus.
On a bus. Yep. I guess it doesn't even say you're on the bus.
Right.
Just there's a bomb on a bus.
You got to call Keanu Reeves. That's the only right answer, right? I mean, because if something goes wrong, he's just going to kill all the bad guys.
Yeah. Exactly. How do you do, Jake? Quite well, thanks for asking. Good, and you? The dude abides. Or I'm doing.
Option 1. Quite well, thanks for asking.
Excellent. I know I'm definitely number 4. I'm doing. That's all I ever say. What exactly do you think of when you hear the term Code Red? Deliciousness, a few good men, a fire, or hospital warning codes?
Deliciousness.
Yup. Do the words live wire mean anything to you in that case? Orange goodness, electricity, someone full of energy, or a safety hazard?
Orange goodness. This is too simple.
Right? How do you feel about enjoying a little Baja Blast? Does it make you want Taco Bell? Does it sound fun? Do you feel very good about it? Or have you never been to Baja?
Taco Bell without question, because that's for a long time the only place it was sold.
All right. What other connection is there? Is Baja even a place? Tell us your thoughts on Whiteout. Its smooth citrus deliciousness. It's the democratic choice. Dang snowstorms, or the stuff that you use to correct errors written in pen.
Democratic. I remember voting in that.
Did you vote for Whiteout?
Because it was... What was it? It was Whiteout,
They were red, white, and blue, right? It was Whiteout and
Voltage. Because I thought Voltage won.
I thought Voltage won too. Yeah,
I don't know. I can't remember what the other one was.
I don't know. Code Red too.
Yeah.
Does anything in specific come to mind when you think of Pitch Black?
The best Mountain Dew?
Right? Roof Tar, Vin Diesel fighting aliens. Ooh. Citrus and grape goodness, or I need a flashlight.
Okay, look, it is the best Mountain Dew, but I have to pick Vin Diesel again, because clearly those movies were amazing.
You know, I think if it weren't in the context of this test, I would literally be picturing the movie before the Mountain Dew. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind if we mention... we're just going to do every flavor, I guess. What comes to mind if we mention the word voltage? Raspberry citrus refreshment? The circuit boards I used to play with as a kid? Power? Or ampage and wattage?
Ampage and wattage.
Now, suppose the store was fresh out of Mountain Dew. How many of these are there?
There is like a million more questions.
Yeah, it sure goes. All right.
I was going to say, we're actually probably almost out of time for the segment, and I want to make sure I ask you some questions.
All right.
Do we want to just rapid fire through these?
Yep, sure. All right. The store's fresh out of Mountain Dew. Do you have this one up too?
Yes.
Okay. You just tell me your answer. We'll answer them.
Just let me find it really quick.
No problem.
What's the question? What comes to mind? No.
After voltage, suppose
Okay.
the store was fresh out of Mountain Dew.
Cream
What would you
soda,
drink?
Sprite, Grape Crush, or ginger ale? Grape Crush.
Crush.
Mountain Dew is all citrus based, but there are lots of other delicious fruit categories. Melons, berries, stone fruit, or palms. Berries.
Berries. All right. What's
what's-
the best kind of non-fruit flavored soda on the market? Dr. Pepper, Cola, Root Beer, or Tab?
Tab.
I thought you'd choose that. Long story. Best way to enjoy a delicious Mountain Dew? Bottled on ice right out of the can or as a slushie?
Oh, nice.
On ice. What's the best extreme sport you can do on land? Parkour, skateboarding, mountain biking, or dirt biking?
Mountain biking.
Mountain biking. Excellent. Which Do movie is the best? Dudley Do Right, Do the Right Thing, What We Do in the Shadows, or That Thing You Do?
I don't know most of these new movies, so I'm going to pick Dudley Do Right.
All right. I haven't even seen that one, so you got a leg up on me. Do is a motivational word. What do you think about it? What's the best do quote? Just do it. Do or do not, there is no try. Do one thing every day that scares you, or don't just sit there, do something.
The Yoda. Do or do not, there is no try.
Right. The flip side of do is don't. Pick the best don't movie. Jake, don't be afraid of the dark. You don't mess with the Zohan. Don't breathe, or boys don't cry.
I don't think I've seen any of these movies, so don't be afraid of the dark, I guess.
There you go. Don't sounds a little negative, but it makes for some great songs. What's the best don't song? Don't speak, don't stop me now, don't fear the reaper, or don't stop believing.
Don't stop me now, for sure.
I just wanna have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's to get. I think they mean it's about to get really extreme. How much Mountain Dew do you think you could drink in one go? 3 cans, 2 cans, a whole 2 liter, or 1 can?
Totally depends on the type of Mountain Dew. Regular Mountain Dew, max 3 cans in one sitting because it just makes me feel gross. Diet Mountain Dew, 0-calorie Mountain Dews, probably a whole 2 liter.
All right, let's just go with a whole 2 liter then, because that's probably what you'd be more likely to drink anyways.
Yep.
2 questions left. Suppose you were trapped on a deserted island. What one thing would you want to have with you aside from a boat? Some way to start a fire, shelter, a knife, or a fishing pole?
Knife.
Right on. And if you could be any animal in the world, what would it be? Wolf, eagle, tiger, or turtle?
Eagle.
Eagle. There we go.
All right. What are the results?
You, sir, are original Mountain Dew.
Oh, interesting.
They say nothing beats the classic, and that's especially true for Mountain Dew and you, I guess. The original flavor is what everyone initially falls for, and that's why it's the Mountain Dew for you, because everyone initially falls for Jake, and everyone else
Or
gets
initial,
drop it.
or they just walk away, more likely. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than intended.
A long test, yeah.
For
But
the
fun.
next test, I think this is where I'm going to be asking Chris. Or sorry, the next quiz is breakfast personality type. Would you like me to sort of rapid fire this one, Chris? Kind of like we were just there, or just do
Yeah.
business
Yeah,
as usual?
let's keep it pretty quick. It is also a fairly lengthy one.
If you don't mind, pull up the quiz for yourself so you can kind of pre-read some of it. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from the top, you have to wash breakfast down with something. What's it going to be? Orange juice, soda, water, or milk?
Well, for me, that's orange juice every time I can get it. Sure.
Very good. What Pop-Tart flavor could you gobble down without thinking? Jolly Rancher watermelon? That sounds gross. Chocolate fudge, cinnamon sugar, or I don't like them?
Out of those three, chocolate fudge.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yum.
Personally, I love cookie dough.
Ooh,
The best.
I like the cinnamon, the classic cinnamon one.
Yeah. A lot
Uh,
of people.
are you topping your toast with butter and jam? I'm topping it with avocado. I'm on a low carb diet. No toast for me. I like a little honey on my toast, or butter or jam, or both sound great to me.
Well, I do not eat avocado toast, but I do eat toast. Um, I'm a millennial, and I don't eat avocado toast. I know, I'm a walking paradox.
I know we're trying to be quick. You have
Yeah.
to try avocado toast, but here's the trick. I promise you. Tony C's Creole seasoning on the avocado.
Well, Tony C's on anything.
I'm just saying that's how it gets you started. Is you avocado with Tony C's. Now you're a young hipster.
You know what? Maybe someday, but for now, butter or jam or both.
Okay. If spinach quiche were on the breakfast menu, would you order it? If it didn't have spinach, I would. That sounds yummy. I'll pass on the quiche, or I've never had it, but I'll try it.
You know, by the word of the question, no, I would probably order something else. But by the spirit of the question, yeah, spinach quiche is delicious. Delicious. Yummy. That sounds yummy.
That sounds yummy. Roger that. All right. How would you like your eggs served? Over easy?
Over easy.
I was going to say, that's the only answer, right? Do you don't like
easy.
over easy, scrambled, poached, or sunny side up?
Scrambled's good too, but over
Over
easy
easy.
is the way to go.
I like to call it, I like my eggs bleeding. That usually gets an interesting reaction out of waitresses. I encourage all of you in chat to, next time you order eggs, ask for them bleeding. All right.
Growing up, I always called them syrup eggs, and no one ever
Ooh.
knew what I was talking about.
Now, if only we could grow chickens to make eggs that had syrup in the yolk.
Maple breakfast eggs.
Yeah, perfect.
Sounds good to me. And just sausage instead of white, you know?
I agree.
A little ball of sausage filled
And
with
chunks of
syrup.
bacon mixed in. Speaking of bacon, should your bacon be crispy or a little floppy? It should be crispy. It should be cooked, but I like it a little on the soft side. It should be chewy, but not burnt. Please don't think I'm weird, but I like it burnt.
Burnt to hell. Yeah. Please.
Again, I
Super
like it black. Yep, super burnt. Have you ever tried buckwheat pancakes? I've never heard of them. Gag. Regular pancakes are much better, or they're really tasty.
Buckwheat pancakes are delicious. They are really tasty, yeah.
Okay.
The wheatier, the better.
Real
The
quick.
wheatier, the sweetier.
Okay, so they're really tasty is what you
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to real quick jump back to the last question about bacon. I got an answer from the audience from J times 2. His response to the way he likes his bacon is flaccid. Which, as we both agreed, is the wrong answer. But anyways, next question. What's the best way to top a Belgian waffle? Blueberries, syrup and butter, whipped cream, or Nutella?
Ooh. That one's rough. You guys are learning a lot about my breakfast preferences. Blueberries.
Good choice.
Definitely blueberries.
All right. Do you have a cup of black coffee with breakfast every morning? Either I don't drink coffee, I add tons of cream and sugar, I have more than one, or I like coffee, but I don't drink it every single day.
Um, I have more than one cup of coffee with tons of cream and sugar. So I guess tons of cream and sugar
Okay.
would be me.
Sausage links or sausage patties? Which one do you like most? It depends on what I'm having it with. I prefer the links. I like non meat versions the best, or patties are the way to go.
Uh, Links,
Okay.
I guess.
That's fair.
Links patties, does it matter?
I don't know that I have a preference. I do like the links when they're the pork sausage, like I mean all sausage is pork. What am I saying? But
No, turkey sausage is not.
typically turkey
pork.
sausage is in the. I don't know that I've ever had links turkey sausage.
Oh, we have. But yeah. Yeah, links. Let's go with links.
Got it. All right. What might you add to your hash browns to dress them up a little? Peppers, cheese, onions, or you can't mess with perfection.
How can I do all of the above? Literally all four. Peppers
Okay.
would probably be first among them.
Do you think it's weird when people smother their eggs in hot sauce? It's not weird. It's the way they're meant to be eaten. I put ketchup on mine, so I don't judge. Drew. It's a terrible thing to do to an egg, or it's not for me, but people put hot sauce on everything.
Um, this one's rough. I don't usually eat my eggs with hot sauce, but I have, and it's delicious. So it's not weird. It's the way they're meant to be eaten.
I put hot sauce on all my eggs, preferably. All right. How many stars would you give slices of Canadian bacon? 3, 5, 0, or 2?
Is this out of 5? 2. Canadian bacon is a bit of a disappointment as a breakfast meat.
Understood. Would you rather have a cinnamon roll or a scone? What's wrong with donuts? Sign me up for the cinnamon roll. Is there a one of each option, or I'll take the scone?
Oh, I'm definitely a one of each.
Agreed.
Give me any pastries that are available.
Which one of these fruits has no place on a breakfast table? Grapefruit, apple, durian, or lemon?
Durian. I don't think that's really even a question.
Yep.
This picture's
Ooh.
disgusting.
When's
move
the
on.
last time you had leftover pizza for breakfast? This morning, I can't remember. A few months ago, or when I was in college.
I can't remember, but it's been too long. But it's been more recently than college, for sure.
Honestly, I prefer cold pizza to hot pizza.
It really hits the spot sometimes.
It does.
That's for sure.
So you're going with I can't remember? Is that
Yeah, I can't remember,
okay?
unfortunately.
Next question. Do you care for hollandaise sauce? I've never tried it. It's nasty. I love it. It's okay, but I don't like it for breakfast.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay
Roger that.
sometimes, but it's not always for me.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a cereal buffet. Which one are you loading on your bowl? Cocoa Puffs, Frosted Mini Wheats, Captain Crunch, or Cheerios?
Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah. So
Who would
good.
choose anything else? Well,
good.
I mean, I guess the rest are fine.
What kind
Gotta
of
go
I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
85.
What kind of muffin would you pick to help you power through until lunch? Bran, oatmeal raisin, banana walnut, or blackberry sage?
Probably none of them, but blackberry sage sounds the most interesting.
I don't know that
So
I've ever
low.
had blackberry sage
I
muffin.
certainly haven't, but it could be good. I know blueberry thyme is good. So blackberry sage is probably in the same family.
I can dig it. Next question. Have you ever had a bear claw for breakfast? No, but I've had eclairs. Yes, they are great. They're too big for me, or no, I'm interested in learning more about them.
Absolutely, I've had a bear claw for breakfast, and they are great.
They are wonderful.
Yes.
All right. If you were making a breakfast burrito, what would you add more of? Sausage, eggs, potatoes, or tomato?
Sausage.
And
More and more sausage.
I feel like that's another all of the above, but
I mean, yeah, stuff it full, but if you only get to choose one.
that's true. Meat is usually the answer. Would you ever order biscuits and sausage gravy to start your day? That sounds disgusting. Yes, please. Can I have some now? I might order biscuits and chocolate gravy. Biscuits are too heavy for me.
Yes, please. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, any time of day. Biscuits and gravy. It's one
Amen.
of my specialties. Yeah.
Of which you need to send me a recipe because Rachel has sent me pictures before and I have yet to make a solid biscuits and gravy.
I will do that.
All right.
It's foolproof once you do it the right way.
And I'm a big fool, so that's good. What are you more likely to put on top of your yogurt? Granola, fruit chunks, I don't eat yogurt, or sprinkles?
We never have granola in the house, so I guess fruit chunks. Yeah.
All
Blueberry
right.
yogurt. Yeah.
Would you prefer to have a McMuffin or a McGriddle? I've never heard of them. Hand over the McMuffin. McGriddles are tasty, or I'll order the hotcakes.
Where's fifth option? A biscuit sandwich or a bagel. Those are the good ones. Biscuit or a bagel. Between the two, I guess give me a McGriddle. Yeah.
Do you like oatmeal more or less than you like grits? Oatmeal is much better. Grits are good, but they're better as dinner. I've never tried grits, or I think they're equally vile.
and none of these are quite right, but I guess oatmeal is a little better than grits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you imagine life without toaster strudels? That's no life at all. Pop Tarts are much better. I haven't had one of those in years, or I think they're weird.
Pop-Tarts are better, hands down. Toaster strudels tried and failed.
They're just not that good, man.
They're not.
They're just pure
The filling's
sugar.
delicious, but just like I don't know, that weird crescent roll almost. Yeah. Just give me the Pop-Tart.
4 questions left, and then we will be done with the quiz here. What type of cream cheese goes on your bagel, Chris? Pumpkin? Honey nut? It depends on the type of bagel, or lox.
Where's just normal cream cheese? Goes on every bagel. I guess it depends on the type of bagel, because every type is plain cream cheese.
Fair enough. Okay. Are you open to trying the Philadelphia breakfast food called Scrapple? It's amazing.
Nope.
Okay. With a name like that, it's hard to pass. I know what's in it. No, thank you. Or I'll try most anything once.
No, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I don't want that trash loaf.
All right. How many beignets would you eat in one sitting? I can't count that high. 2 is more than enough. You have to have at least 4. I think I'm the only person on earth who doesn't like them.
You have to have at least 4, assuming there are only 4 on the platter.
Good answer.
Whatever finishes it off.
All right. So our last question in Chris's breakfast personality type is, can you handle having steak alongside your eggs in the morning? Your options are, it's too early for me. That sounds like the perfect breakfast. Eggs are filling enough, or I'll skip the eggs.
Sounds like a perfect breakfast to me.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Here is our results for Chris's breakfast personality type. You got disorganized planner. Judging by your taste in breakfast food, you have big ideas. The problem is you are too all over the place to implement them without help. As the disorganized planner type, you've learned to enlist your breakfast buddies to carry off your next scheme, and they're always glad they joined in your antics. You're also a lot of fun.
You know what? Breakfast personality quiz. You're not far off. Surprisingly accurate, especially the disorganized part.
Interesting.
That was good. That was good.
So that segment went longer than intended. Do we want to do one more quiz, Chris, or do we want to move off to our next segment?
You know what? Let's move along. How about we do that? We'll save the next one for next podcast.
Okay, cool.
Thank
So
you.
our next segment, segment number 2 of our first podcast ever, is what we call uplifting news. In this world of ours, there's a lot of negative news. So Chris and I are going to be navigating to a subreddit called Uplifting News and just briefly discussing a couple topics that we feel are appropriate to spread uplifting news.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to take the first one, Chris?
Sure thing. Let's scroll through here. What looks good? What looks good to me? You know?
A lot of these are negative. This subreddit is lying.
Negative for uplifting news. You know what? I like the fact there's a new drug that drastically reduces multiple sclerosis symptoms in a phase 3 trial. No one likes multiple sclerosis that I'm aware of. It's one of those bad things. And you know what? Yay, drugs.
If you can afford them, I'm sure it's wonderful.
Yeah.
This is kind of inappropriate, but am I allowed do you have your mature filter on your Twitch?
Oh, we're mature.
Can I I'm gonna read the quote for the number 1 comment, if that's okay.
Go for it.
The number 1 comment is, good to know that 2020 isn't a complete bag of dicks. So
Yeah.
there is some good, even in this year.
It's true.
What
you got, Jake?
Just real quick, one other note.
Yeah.
A long time ago, you mentioned at the beginning we were in a band for a long time. We did a couple charity shows, and I'm trying to remember which disease we did the one charity for.
We did Lou Gehrig's, didn't we?
That sounds right.
One.
So not multiple sclerosis, but
May have been one of them. I can't remember.
anyways.
Lou Gehrig's is it? I remember.
All right, let's see. Let me find some uplifting news that I want to mention. Here we go. This sounds positive. I'm not an expert, but apparently there is a gorilla baby boom happening in Uganda.
That sounds wonderful. I feel like gorillas are probably one of those animals that there just aren't enough of. All right.
Sure. I think I've watched too much Planet of the Apes.
Oh, jeez. First sentence of the article is describing a man killing a gorilla named Rafiki.
I'm telling you, this whole subreddit is a fake.
That is so sad. Who would kill someone named after such a beloved Disney character?
It's a good question.
Okay, well, here we go. I like this one. Germany plans to dim lights at night to save insects. Yeah.
Do lights kill insects?
Apparently, floodlights have been messing with them somehow here.
Also, I'm not super familiar with Germany's nature. Like, what kind of weather do they even get?
They're having issues, I guess. I don't know about the weather, but
Germany is quite small.
They're wiping out other insects, and they're trying to bring them back.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like the whole food chain thing, right? Lose all the insects, and before you know it, you're losing spiders, and then you're losing something else.
Exactly. So they're going to be dimming their lights overnight. They're outlawing or placing restrictions on light traps. Yeah, no light traps outdoors. And searchlights and sky spotlights outlawed from dusk to dawn for 10 months of the year, which is pretty much, you'd think, the only time you'd want to use them. So
yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. And also,
for German Batman,
what is a light trap?
Like a hard light trap? Like an Overwatch technology hard light laser trap? Is that what they're talking about? I've never seen a light trap. But they're outlawed. They're bad. They kill insects. and we love insects in Germany.
Very good. Oh, here's a good one, Chris. It's hard not to smile when you read things like this. California man reunited with dog he thought had died in a wildfire.
Aww.
Oh,
Aww. If we weren't live, I'd say, let's watch a video. I want to see him hugging. The recent apple fire. Oh, and it's an Australian cattle dog, too, just like our trillion.
there you go.
Aww.
For a future podcast, show our animals.
Yeah, maybe. What do we got? Trying to avoid anything about the big bad news.
I've got another good one here if you want it.
Go for it.
Lego is launching Braille bricks for students across the U.S.
How does that work?
Let me pull it up.
Is that like a refrigerator magnet poetry, but in Lego form for the blind?
Let's find out. Let me see here. The Lego Foundation designed and created a line of bricks molded with studs that correspond to the numbers and letters in the Braille alphabet. The foundation is sending the blocks free of charge to school districts across the United States, according to the press release.
When I was a kid, I always played with Legos.
It's not actually an ad. It's just an auto-playing video.
Right. Well, I don't hear it, so.
I got it. We're good. Sounds pretty cool. Reading Braille means literacy that connects students to long life learning and opportunity.
That's excellent. You know what? I'm big on anything that helps support education of underprivileged or otherwise struggling children, because holy moly, life's hard enough, right?
Isn't that true?
Here we go. Detectorist. That's apparently what you call a person who uses a metal detector. They're not a detective. They're a detectorist.
Or ist. Interesting.
A detectorist in Scottish borders uncovers a Bronze Age haul. A sword dated from 900 BC among nationally significant items. That's pretty cool. Imagine that. Imagine being that retired guy with your metal detector. Finding
That would be pretty awesome.
some ancient weaponry buried underground. That's epic. That's better than finding.
I'm talking out of my butt here a little bit, but I feel like there's probably a huge community of people throughout the world that have their metal detectors and are just constantly looking for that big break. It's like modern
Right.
archaeology, right?
Oh yeah. Rachel says, "Sword, sword, sword."
I mean, in all fairness, that's what my reaction would be if I found a sword in the beach or something.
That'd be even if it wasn't an ancient sword, I'd be pretty flippin' stoked to find a sword buried underground. And when you find out it's almost 3,000 years old. Ooh.
Definitely. What do you think, Chris? Keep going. We move on to a next segment.
You know what? That's our 5, and we're running behind. So let's just move on right along. Moving right along.
All right.
So segment 3, we're gonna be doing some hypotheticals. Does that sound interesting?
Sounds
Discussing
interesting
some
to me.
hypothetical questions. Yeah. And we may only get through one of these based on how this has been going so far.
That's fair.
So first off, we'll discuss, pose the hypothetical, and we'll discuss at the same time.
Okay, hit me.
Going with the classic, well, a variation of the classic. You're trapped on a desert island, Jake,
Okay.
and we're going to be talking about the 5 things that you want to have with you to help you survive. Idea being, okay, so plane goes down, you wash up on shore. All you've got is 5 things that could fit in and could reasonably be expected to be in a suitcase. You could salvage 5 things to have with you.
Okay.
What are they?
I'm going to go off the assumption that this is like the classic tropical island, so it's really warm. Like, we're not going to freeze to death.
Yes. Close to the equator. You're flying to
Okay.
Brazil, and it crashes.
Okay, so number one, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack from chat for saying this, but my brother and I have actually had this conversation before. And I think, hands down for me, one of the best multi-tools that I could have would be a cast iron skillet. You can use it as a tool. It maintains heat. If you can get a fire, you can heat it up, keep you warm. Obviously, you can cook with it. You can scoop things with it. You can hold things with it. I just think a cast iron skillet is, in a survival situation, something that I would choose very quickly. Not sure if you have any feelings about that, but
I feel positive about that.
that's Chris's way of saying that's a dumb idea, Jake.
It's not a dumb idea at all. I think I would be very happy to have a cast iron skillet on a deserted island. I personally trying to think of something I could be reasonably expected to have with me that would start a fire but wouldn't run out of fuel.
Well, they have
Something
those
better than a box of matches or a lighter.
They have those. I forget what they're called. It's the like little fire starters where you like. It's like creates sparks. I don't. Any survivalists in either of our chat would know what it's called, but I don't know what it is.
Kind of like the things that you used to light Bunsen burners in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have one of those down here in my basement. So yeah, I'm gonna have one of those because I don't know how long I'm gonna be on the island. And
so a fire starter. How about we just call it that?
Yeah.
In all fairness, I would say the same thing. So I guess that's my number 2 item and your number 1 item.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like this one's going to be another one we're probably going to agree on. Some sort of either knife or axe. Like no? Okay.
I will be using fire to do all my cutting.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't really carry a pocket knife or anything like that around with me usually. I don't carry a fire starter with me either. So
well, I was going to say, this is the ideal situation, right?
Yeah. It would be.
Okay, so what would be your third item? So you've got the fire starter, some sort of sharp object.
Let's say a large comforter.
Fair.
Maybe.
Okay. So
maybe I'm bringing some bedding with me.
I was just going to say,
to
bedding of some kind. Maybe a sleeping bag, or is that not?
Sleeping bag could work.
Because I feel like a comforter might not fit in a suitcase.
That's fair.
Okay, so fire starter, sharp object, and some sort of sleeping material. And then I'm skillet, fire starter, and some sort of sharp object. Honestly, again, I'm probably going to get flack. For me personally, I'd probably pick shoes. My feet always hurt no matter what. And especially if I'm on a crazy desert island, I would really appreciate having some sort of shoes, at least initially, while I'm getting used to the environment. And what I would probably do is not use them as much as possible, but have them in my back pocket for when I know I'm going to be going over, traveling through the land, traveling on rocks, whatever the situation is. I think, like, I would rather be naked but have shoes. Does that make sense? Like,
that's fair. I'll give you a pass. Let's say in this hypothetical, when you wash up, you're still wearing whatever you were wearing on the plane, which is presumably a full outfit of some sort, including shoes and clothes.
Okay, so free pass on that one. That doesn't count then.
If you want backup shoes.
No, if I already got a pair, I don't think so, because I would do exactly what I just said. I would like reserve them for when I know I need them.
I'm going to start just packing a survival kit as my carry-on every time I fly. This is making me think. I'm going to wear my sturdiest hiking boots. And
I think the next one that's a no-brainer is a first aid kit. Like a small first aid kit. Like, you have to have that in any sort of legitimate survival situation.
That's an excellent point. That is an excellent point. You know what? Instead of a first aid kit, I'm going to forego a first aid kit and instead say I'm carrying a large, I don't know, half-gallon bottle of some sort of super glue.
That's fair. So you just glue your wounds.
I will just glue my wounds, and then I can also use it in the crafting table.
Okay. So that's our first different choice. You went with glue. I went with first aid. Oh, and I guess you went with bedding, and I went with cast iron skillet. Are we up to 5 yet?
I think that's 4.
We have 4. So we each need one more.
Those are both like some sort of cutting edge, some sort of blade, and fire starter. Yeah.
I want to say compass, but I feel like I should be able to tell that off the sun. So maybe that's not the wisest of choices. So we've got something sharp, something to keep us healthy, something to cook with.
I'm just since it just occurred to me, I think it's probably implied by the nature of the hypothetical, but let's just say this island is outside the range of any sort of cell phone towers.
Of course, that's the
unlikely
assumption.
to get a GPS signal of any kind.
Of course, yeah. Assuming you can't contact anyone, I think would be
Right.
where we'd be at.
So you can bring a cell phone, but it's only going to do you any good for as long as the battery lasts.
So Tetris, basically.
With the movies you have downloaded on Netflix. Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Honestly, I think my last choice, if I had to pick, would either be a rope or a net. Probably a fishing net or something like that. Some sort of multi-tool type rope or net thing. Maybe
net would be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you can use a net to catch fish. You can use a net to help build a shelter. You can use a net to hang things on. I feel like that's the right answer for me.
You know, you said rope or net. I think I'm leaning towards rope, though. Personally, I use the rope with my sleeping material to create a net.
There you go. Okay, so
and then I can take it apart to climb trees if I want to do that.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so give us your top 5 now that we've discussed it. What were your top 5 items for a desert island?
Desert island, if I was going to survive. Fire starter. A blade of some kind. A knife. Big old hunting knife that they let me bring in my carry-on. A sleeping bag. A half-gallon bottle of super glue. And a 200-foot rope.
200? Oh my goodness.
But it's a real strong.
Let's see. With that long, you could just cut it to make nets.
I could if I wanted to.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so my top 5 was a cast iron skillet, some sort of fire starter, a blade of some kind. Honestly, I'd have to think about if I want a big knife or like a hatchet.
Hatchet probably would be more useful.
First aid kit. And then my last thing was some sort of strong net for either fishing or tying things together.
I think you're more likely to survive than me.
I don't know.
But I stand by my choices.
I think that glue might go a long ways, especially for healing with infections and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Oh, boy, oh boy.
All right.
That was fun.
Do you want to do another one, or do you want to move on to our last segment?
Oh. Yeah, let's move on, I guess. Let's just keep it moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are actually already over time, but we'll just keep going to knock out our last segment here. This is segment number 4 of our first podcast ever. Hopefully it's been tolerable so far.
Hope so.
This is what we call lightning round. And we just have a list of groups of, I think, about 5 to 10 random questions that the whole goal here is we're just going to ask each other these and respond with the first thing that comes to mind. And hopefully it will be enjoyable for us and anyone watching. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right, so I will ask you first, Chris. Is that all right?
All right. Perfect. Yep.
All right, first round for Chris. Again, remember the rules are you got to respond quickly, first thing that comes to mind. We'll go with that. All right. Here we go. Texting or talking?
Talking.
Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Favorite city in U.S. besides the one you live in?
Seattle.
Nickname your parents used to call you?
Buckethead.
One day I'm going to have to ask the history of that. Last song you downloaded. Now that's, I'm assuming that means legally or illegally. So
Probably a set of remixes from the soundtrack to the game Earthbound from mostly because I don't download music usually.
that's awesome. That's a great answer and a good soundtrack to my memory. All right, sorry, I digress. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Ooh, the animals. That's supernatural. Cool.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas?
That
like
face, I love it. Okay, how long does it take you to get ready?
10 minutes.
Scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Solid 8, I'd say.
I should ask your wife.
As long as we're not talking like stunt driving or racing, like
Right.
driving.
Driving, yeah. Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is...
A singer with blonde hair.
At what age do you want to retire?
Immediately.
Hey, that's what we're working on. If this podcast gets big enough, we can retire and just do podcasts.
Yeah.
Invisibility or super strength?
Invisibility.
All I can think of, I'm going to digress real shortly, is that SpongeBob episode where they get invisible spray. I don't know if you've seen that one, but you can prank everyone.
It's been a while. But yes, exactly.
All right, last question in round 1. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
It depends on your motivations for choosing to be a vegetarian. But no, because it's not wrong to eat meat. So,
Very good.
and animal crackers are not meat, but there's no question. Everyone should eat animal crackers.
Especially if they're frosted.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right. Are you ready, sir?
Yes.
For your own round. Okay. Here we go. Scale of 1 to 10. How good are you at keeping secrets?
10.
Excellent. I'll tell you one later. Ariel or Jasmine?
Ariel.
Okay. First celebrity crush.
Liv Tyler.
All right. Arwen. Dawn or dusk?
Ooh. Dusk.
Right choice. If you could travel back in time, what period would you go to? Very vague.
Back in time. Oh my gosh, this is such an overwhelming question. I would go say hi to Patrick Henry, so the founding of the U.S.
Okay. Excellent. Do you snore?
Unfortunately, sometimes.
Place you most want to travel?
Grand Canyon.
Cool. Favorite junk food?
Doritos, specifically spicy Doritos. Not the flamin'
yeah.
hot crap, not the original.
Spicy nacho?
The spicy nacho all the way.
Excellent. You ever try the habanero ones they had out for a while?
I don't think I did. Mm-mm.
It's exactly like their old salsa flavor, only
Ooh.
very spicy. They were the bomb. Favorite childhood TV show?
The 90s Spider-Man. I watched it Spider-Man. Oh, I watched it so many times.
I assumed you were going to do something more recent, but that's an excellent choice. All right, favorite season?
For a second there, my brain translated to favorite season of Spider-Man, and that's why I hesitated. Summer.
All right. Last Halloween costume?
I think pirate? It's been a long time since I've dressed up for Halloween, so pirate.
That way back when we were all pirates?
Mm-hmm.
Cake or pie?
Oh, pie. Not even close.
Glad to hear
Rhubarb
you say
pie.
that.
All day. None of that rhubarb strawberry. I want straight rhubarb pie.
All right. Man of class. Last question. Do you ever post inspirational quotes on social media?
No. In fact, I prefer angry.
Angry, derogatory quotes.
Yes. All right. So round number 2 for Chris here. of our lightning round. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, I'm not ready. Oh no. Let's say Rocky Road.
Good choice. Say a word in Spanish.
Oh, bueno.
Very good. Do you believe in fate? That is a loaded question.
No.
Got it. Favorite number?
42.
Very good. Who has it easier, men or women? You can pass on that one if you want to.
But men.
Okay. Have you
Yes,
ever
we do.
worn...
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Yeah, on an almost daily basis, but not out.
Man, these are getting increasingly more difficult. Name a primate besides monkeys and apes.
Baboons.
Why can't we tickle ourselves?
Because it has to do with the unexpected sensation and not being in control of the situation. I actually just read an article on it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So
Very good.
that's what it is.
What does a person need to be happy? I told you, this is way harder.
Ooh. Dr. Pepper.
Good answer. Wow, this next one. Is there a such thing as objective beauty? We went from ice cream
yeah.
flavor to how does someone
Is there
happy? Okay.
I would say yes, there's absolutely
Okay.
objective beauty.
What is the best age?
Always now, baby. No, that's not true. Early 20s.
And now we're gonna change to a much easier question. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept? What if it makes him happy, Chris?
You know what? Sure, I'll hug Voldy. Yeah.
Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
No. No, it's not.
Agreed. And that is the end of round two for you.
All right. That was fun and all over the place. Wow. Let's see what your round 2 looks like here. Are you prepared?
I don't know after those questions. I'm going to say something wrong and offend someone.
Okay. Well, here we go. Jake. Virtue or sin?
Virtue, of course. Just... What kind of question?
Sourdough or wheat?
Oh, that so depends. Sourdough.
Okay. Would you rather cuddle with a baby panda or a baby penguin?
Panda. A penguin would be cool, but they're going to be all slippery and stuff.
Yeah. Are lifeguards attractive as a race?
I'm going to say yes, because anyone can be a lifeguard. That's like asking, are people attractive? Yes, people are attractive. So, yes.
Yeah. Name one of the 7 dwarfs.
From what?
From one of those other stories with 7 dwarfs.
I don't know off the top of my head. Is that the Sleeping Beauty and the 7 Dwarfs? Or so what is it? Sleepy or whatever?
Sleepy's one of them.
Sleepy, yeah.
Yeah. Would you want to live forever?
On Earth? No.
Good answer. What's for dinner tonight, Jake?
I'm going to make rice and green beans probably, and maybe some ground pork.
Hey, we had green beans too. Bean twins. Don't make me look bad. How many pull-ups can you do in a row?
Now or at my peak?
I think the implication is now.
I haven't tried to do a pull-up in 8 years or something, so I'm gonna guess 2.
Okay. That's only double what I can do. All right. Favorite type of tea?
Oolong.
Are reindeers real creatures?
What? I'm gonna say yes.
Yes. Say something in an Asian language. Any of them.
Uh,
Or did you choose talking to animals also?
no, I'm gonna say, dakboki, which is
Cool.
Korean rice uh, link thing that's really good. Dakboki.
Excellent. Do you respect Kanye West?
No, not at all. I mean, let me rephrase that. I respect him for his creativity and the ability to create music. I mean, he's way more successful than me, so of course I respect that. But on a personal basis, no.
And last question, what is the fastest speed you've ever driven in a car?
Probably about 100 or 105, going down that road over by your old house in Suffield/Brimfield.
Well, all right. That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'd say also about a 105 for me going to Alabama, where all the roads are 95 miles an hour.
That is very true. All right. Do we want to do one more round, or do we want to? What are you thinking?
You know what? Is there anyone in chat still? What do you think? You want one more lightning round?
I say we do it. It's our first one. Let's just go for it. Is that okay?
Let's do another round.
Okay, so round number 3 of the lightning round for Mr. Chris. I feel like this was already a question, but I'll ask it to you anyways. Cake or pie?
It was already a question, and also pie.
Godfather or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
How many times did you sneeze in the last 7 days? I don't know how you would know that.
I don't know, probably like 4 times a day. So let's call it even 30.
Man, I do not sneeze 4 times a day, but that's impressive. Do you like the word dapper?
I do like the word dapper.
Who doesn't like the word
Because I'm a
dapper?
gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. Big dogs. Yes, cavemen and heathens. Big dogs or small dogs?
Medium dogs. And yes, I'm choosing to answer that, even though it wasn't an answer.
I agree. How many hours of sleep do you need?
That's a loaded question, but the answer is about 3 more than I normally get.
Also, the right answer. Oh man, this is we're gonna get you in trouble. Are women complicated?
All people are complicated. Women are a subset of people. So yes.
Okay. Say good day, mate, in an Australian accent.
G'day, mate.
Very good. How often is it healthy to cry?
When you feel like crying.
Hard to disagree with
However
that.
many times that is.
What is your favorite carb? Bread, pasta, rice, or potatoes?
I was going to say pasta, but no, potatoes.
Oh, good choice.
Absolutely potatoes.
Oh man, this next one's a little deep. If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
I don't know. You want to hang out on Thursday and chat?
Okay, I'll take it. Stale Sour Patch Kids or fresh citrus or circus, excuse me, fresh circus peanuts.
Flip flop those, but I'm thinking too long. That's Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, and your last question: plastic or paper or plastic? It's very vague.
Oh.
What?
Cloth coat. I'm guilty of using plastic, but cloth tote.
Okay.
All right. Final round.
I'm ready.
For Mr. Jake. All right. How many kids do you want to have, Jake?
Maximum 3.
Good answer.
I have 0, but maximum 3.
Are rats cute?
In the right context.
Are you politically correct?
Absolutely not.
What is your favorite car?
Right now, 1972 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am.
I'm so glad you got that question. Do you know how to salsa dance?
I do not, but I know someone who teaches salsa dancing.
Well, there you go. You've got connections. Where was I? Oh, what does the acronym SCUBA stand for?
Super cool Uber banana apple. I have no
That
idea.
is correct. You are absolutely correct. Scale of 1 to 10. How good are you at wiffle ball?
Oh, 10 all the way. In fact, back in high school, your younger brother and I used to win all the time.
Excellent.
Not
Cool.
your youngest brother, but the middle.
Right on. I don't know that I ever played wiffle ball in school. Jake, do you believe in love at first sight?
Absolutely not.
Excellent. How about eighth sight?
And interdimensional sight.
How many cups of coffee do you drink per day?
0. I don't drink coffee because I am a total weirdo.
Because you're one of those people who can move under his own power.
Sometimes.
What's your ideal outside temperature?
Honestly, between 80 and 85.
If everyone in the world had to get married when they reached a certain age, what would that age be?
30.
That's a good answer. Have you ever slapped someone in the face?
Have I ever? I feel like that's a question for my siblings. I don't have any memory of slapping someone in the face, but I have a feeling I could totally picture my brother and I sitting around being like, let's just slap each other. So I'm going to go with yes, just on the premise because I had an older brother and I had an older sister that I used to tease all the time. So probably.
You know, I don't know if my brother's still watching, but I'm sure he remembers getting slapped in the face, and not a fun slap in the face, a rage slap in the face. Yeah, violent kids. Last question, Jake. Favorite type of muffin?
Cinnamon. Not cinnamon apple, cinnamon.
Just get that swirl through there.
Hands down. Not even close.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Right on. That wraps up lightning round.
Very good.
That was fun.
I gotta say, Chris, I'm impressed. I think we were slightly worried about not having enough content, and I feel like we were cutting content all over the place there.
We really were. So we'll have to remember that for next time.
Yes. Side note, is Brian H. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I have a feeling that's a certain Brian that we both know very well.
Do I know any Brian H's?
Other than that, Brian?
Right on. Well, I suppose we should wrap up.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks everyone in the chat for joining us this evening. We appreciate the support and the viewership.
Absolutely. And
I've been having fun.
same. This has, again, been something we've talked about doing for years and years. And I think both Chris and I would like to open this up to anyone that did take the time to listen to this either live or we're going to post it later on a variety of different platforms. If anyone has any suggestions about topics or recommendations, please feel free to privately DM us on Twitch or reach out however you can. We are just open to any ideas as long as they're relatively positive.
Absolutely. This is very much a work in progress, a changing animal. So
Yes.
we are open to suggestion. For sure.
Very good. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Jake.
All right. See ya, everyone.
Bye-bye.